wherever it is that you are, hello and welcome to Talkback. It's a pleasure to see you all again. Thank you for joining me here live on SPTV. This is the bit where I speak and hope that somebody at least is watching, and I'm sure that people will be joining us as the time passes and everyone realizes that we are here. Great show today, very special friend coming online with me. I will introduce her when the time comes. Absolute pleasure to have my friend Lisa with me. Today is about tasseography. I hope I got that right. Also known as tea leaf reading. If anybody saw brunch yesterday, we were talking about prayer. So today it's a little bit more spiritual, psychic. All good fun, looking forward to it. And I know Lisa is absolutely going to be loved by the SPTV family. She is hilarious, a riot, and a genuine soul as well. But I will introduce her shortly. But I think if there is anybody online, it might be time to say good morning, good afternoon, hello. Terry Louise, good afternoon. Good to see you. Welcome along. Good to see you. Stace Shaw, hello. Lovely to see you back. And Christine, hello. Welcome to you. Oh, a lovely Rose. Thank you very much. Looking lovely. And Christine Davis, good afternoon. Hello again. Welcome back. Welcome back. Everyone's talking amongst themselves as well now, which is wonderful. Saying hello to each other. Caroline, thank you for sharing. Hello, how are you? Rebecca, do you know what? I never know what time of day it is, Rebecca, so I just guess. That's the honest truth. My namesake, Nick, good afternoon and welcome. Welcome. And Joanne, hello again. And all of the purple and blue hearts. We love purple hearts. We love them here. Melanie, hello and welcome back. I love the way everyone's saying hello to each other. Now I've got to behave, everybody, because Mother's here. Hello, Mother. Linda Brown, welcome. Chrissy, hello and welcome. And look at all those hearts. It's just so blessing. Jody, hello. Very prompt and forward there. I like it. Kathleen, good afternoon. Welcome to you. Welcome along to the show. Charmaine, double hearts, lots of brilliant. Thank you very much. I'm sure everyone will appreciate them. We like hearts here. And don't forget, of course, to like and share the show. Spread the word for SPTV. Let them know that we are here. Keep sharing the content, sharing the love, sharing the joy. But in particular, can you share my show today? Because, we want to get people watching it so I can get to keep it. It would be very nice. But thank you all for coming and welcome to you all this special Tuesday. And so there is a saying amongst spiritualists that spirit always ends in tea. But there's one quite close to the beginning as well. Princess Peacham's Nikki Booth, hello, welcome. So yes, there is a saying that spirit always ends in tea. Today, our show is all about tea. Tea leaves, to be precise. There is a tea earlier on in spirit, and that's what I'm going for today. Thank you for sharing, Jill. So I would like to introduce my guest, a very good friend of mine for many a year. Please give a big SPTV little loving welcome to the lovely Lisa Snowflake Checkley. Hello, Lisa. Are you there?
Hello, Nick. Yes, I am.
Hello, darling. How have you been?
Fine. I'm liking the cooler weather. It has to be said.
Yes, I can well imagine, especially when you're residing and working in your cabin there. It must get a bit warm.
It does. We are lucky because we do have air conditioning.
Excellent. Even better. Marie, welcome. And with our, there's more hearts. Everyone's sharing the hearts, Lisa. Isn't it
Oh, that's
wonderful?
lovely.
You will get used to the fact that SPTV is a very gorgeous family that are very, very welcoming and very, very loving. I mean, they have me back every week, so they must be very tolerant, can't you say? Rose, welcome to you too. Welcome, welcome, welcome. There's lots of people coming in to say hello to you today, Lisa. So let's kick off. There you go. Look, a specific hello to Lisa. There you go. There you go. Everyone's being friendly, aren't they? Lovely. So, Lisa, it's been a long time since we sat in circle and did development. And in that time, you have developed a number of mediumistic talents and skills. But the one that I wanted to bring you on and talk about today is tea leaf reading. Did I get the name right, by the way? Is it tasseography?
I would say tasseography. I prefer tea leaf reading because nobody knows what you're talking about.
Absolutely. You know, Nick's rule number 47, keep it simple, keep it square.
Yes.
So absolutely right. So tea leaf reading. What can you tell me? Because I am relatively a novice. I've had my tea leaves read. I know that it happens, and I can pick up a tea leaf and have a look at it and get the shapes like we would with any psychic faculty and device, especially when it's about kicking off mediumship. But tell me about your abilities, where you learned from it, you know, what it is that you use it for specifically.
Right. Well, I had to think about this when you asked me, because nobody's ever actually asked me how you do it. I just do it. So it was quite good practice for me, because I then could sit down and work out what I liked about it and why I felt it worked for me. To start off with, it's an old traditional form of reading, although it's not within my family. I've just sort of done it. And although I've done mediumship all my life, I've only been doing tea leaf reading about 5 or 6 years, I guess. I find it very intimate, because you're normally one-to-one with a client. I really like that. And because it's so intimate, I feel that the client relaxes more.
Yes.
Yeah. Because they are so busy sipping their tea and listening to what I'm telling them, that it's a form of relaxation. I find also that spirit, quite a lot of spirit can really identify with tea leaf reading, because particularly in Britain, British spirit have normally drunk tea when they were alive. And I also feel the reflectiveness of the water that you use. I know spirit are drawn to reflective surfaces as well. There, thank you. And I feel spirit like it as well. It relaxes the client because they are sitting down and they are occupied.
Yes.
And also, no tea leaf reading is the same. Every tea leaf reading is different. I did readings for 25 people at the last MBS, and every cup was different. Every reading was different. There were no two readings the same.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Now, for anyone who was wondering which MBS, that was our one here in Littleport. I can't do a shameless plug because it's already happened. But yeah, your last MBS was with us, and I still didn't get mine, even though I keep trying. You know what it gets like. But for me, you know, in this show in particular, I always like to cover all three bases of spiritualism. So you've got the healing, you've got the philosophy, and you've got the mediumship. Now, the mediumship is obvious. The philosophy is all about the tradition, but the healing is so natural. Rich tea and sympathy, you know, that act of sitting down, having a chat, having a cuppa. We all do it when we're in need. So for me, a tea leaf reading is all three of the bases, because you're invariably going to talk about the philosophy in your reading. By giving guidance and direction, you're going to give evidence of survival when you get someone come through based on what you're getting and the link you're creating. But the healing is so special. And it doesn't matter if you're a newbie, Kim, because I'm relatively new myself, but welcome in Belgium as well. Look, international superstar Snowflake. Say that when you've had a couple of cups of tea with some. See, my granddad used to put brandy in mine. So what got you into tea leaf reading?
Well, I was, to everybody that doesn't know, I was a former pupil of Nick's. I was lucky enough to sit in Nick's circle, and very hard work it was too. So it's really hard work, and you forget how hard work it is. And I was looking at I do sort of all forms of mediumship really, but I was looking for something that was different. And I just wanted something traditional. I wanted something tangible, something that I could hold. And I feel with a teacup, you're sort of cradling that person. And when you see the client holding their cup, it's like they're cradling something very, very special.
Yes, absolutely. Now, Kerry's asked a question, which is brilliant. Keep the questions coming in, everybody. Do you not pick up on mixed messages on a large group? So when you're doing tea leaf reading, do you get inundated with spirit, or is the teacup the filter that keeps it one-on-one?
Easy. I probably would do tea leaf readings for say 6 people, but they would all have their own cups. So their own cups are individual stories to that client.
I see.
Just like when you do platform reading. Yeah. So if I read from someone's cup, I wouldn't get somebody else's life. I would get their journey. I want to say journey because that's what I think most people are on. They're on a journey. So
absolutely.
I've had a situation where a mother and daughter shared a teacup, which was quite interesting, and I got a bit of a reading for both of them.
Oh, well, doubling up, especially when they're related, it can be a bonus. I see. We see it all the time, don't we, in services, when the messages have been like 10-15 minutes rather than 5 to 10 minutes, and it's like the medium stands there and, oh, is that all the time? I better get a quick one through. That group of people are all together, let's give them all a message, just get the numbers up. But especially with teacups, I am assuming that it is more of a natural filter, if you'll pardon the pun, although that should be more for coffee, I suppose. It is more of a natural filter, isn't it?
I'm guessing so. I mean, it would be quite interesting if you had one teacup that was shared by lots of people. And if someone is very close to somebody physically, when you are doing tea leaf reading, I know exactly what the lady's saying, and you know yourself, you can get a vibe from the other person.
So what do you do to prevent that? I mean, you said you've got 6 cups, yeah?
Yeah, well, I've got hundreds really, but I've only ever done tea leaves for 6 people in one go round a table.
I see. So, like, for instance, with the Mind, Body and Spirit Day that you attended last month, you obviously didn't bring your hundreds of cups. So how do you then separate as you're going along? For each, because you did 25, so obviously I'm assuming you didn't have 25 cups. There we go. Yvette, it's all about energy. Their own individual energy is on the cup and leaves. Absolutely agree with you, Yvette. But how do you? So I know I remember you asked to be very close to the kitchen. I'm assuming there's something going with that. So how do you? Is there a specific thing you do, or is it just washing them up?
What I do to start with is I ask the client to choose a cup that is relevant or calls to them. I've got various types of bone china cups and saucers. It has to be bone china, has to be. And I let the client choose whichever cup is calling to them to start with. So everyone has a fresh cup that's been washed completely. I then do the tea leaves from scratch, so everybody has their own fresh pot of tea. I then pour, and it's that act, and I can then read from each individual's.
Fabulous.
So that's
excellent.
That's the nearest thing I can think of. Nick, is like when we did crystal reading, where somebody holds a crystal and then you get and then they pass it. That's the nearest thing I can think of.
Yes, absolutely. Now, Kerry's come back with a follow-up. See, I'm getting all of this jargon now. She's had a question, now she's got a follow-up, which is a really good one. Can you get a stronger reading if a family member drinks from the same cup, or does it not make any difference? Does it add to it, or does it just balance out?
I think it can do both, because with the mother and daughter I read for, the daughter was a teenager, and I got part of a reading for her because she was very artistic. So that came through in part of the reading, but her mum's came through in 3/4 because her mum had mostly drunk from the cup. So I'm guessing you probably could, but I think it's a bit of a double-edged sword.
Yes, absolutely. Totally agree. I hope that answers your question, Kerry. I've got a question that isn't one of my own, but I was asked to ask it when I told some people that you were coming on. Now, of course, yeah, coffee. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Jill. For me, I probably looked at them a little bit frowny, more than I should have done. But the question that I was asked to ask you is this. Having seen Harry Potter, is the tea leaf reading that they learnt on Harry Potter in any way remotely like the kind of tea leaf reading you do?
No, it's for film.
Right. So, because theirs is all about signs and portents and fortune telling.
Yeah.
Yours is
through spirit. As long as I was taught in Circle a long time ago, before you do any mediumship, you have to establish the link with spirit. If you've got the link with spirit, you can pretty much work with any props. So tea leaves, crystals, tarot, as long as you have that link with spirit running through constantly, you are there. With the film, I think in a lot of ways it does a lot of damage to people like me, because people tend to think you're going to give them bad news or you're going to say nasty things. And I never ever I only get positive news, and I only give positive news.
In actual fact, I think that was Nick's rule 49.
Really?
Yeah, never give bad news. It's just silence.
Okay.
Oh, so it must be 48. Yeah, I've been corrected. I thought the first one I gave was 47. I must have jumped a couple. Thank you, Richard. I don't want to look like I can't count. Kerry has asked why bone china only.
Because it's purer, it's a purer medium, you get a better, clearer reading. So I've been told. I've never used anything that wasn't bone china, and I would always use bone china for that reason.
I see. I mean, having been brought up a commoner myself, I've always been aware of the fact that there is such a thing as bone china, but I'm always very much intrigued about the texture of the cup, because from my understanding, the difference between milk first and milk second is to do with the quality of the cup. Bone china would always be boiling water first, milk second, but the cheaper products would always be milk first, because traditionally they would always break under the heat if you put the water in first. Is that something that you were aware of and that I'm right, or?
I'm exactly with you. I heard that, and I've heard that 2 or 3 times. Whether it's actually true or not, I'm not sure. But when I was researching this, it said only use bone china. I mean, in theory, I suppose you could use something else, but
Yeah.
I would rather do it the proper way.
Absolutely.
If you see what I mean.
You know, it's, at the end of the day, it's keeping a tradition alive.
Yeah.
You know, and
So,
especially for a new generation, because you know, as people come up, I'm technically a parent age now. My mum doesn't do tea leaf reading, but my grandmother did. So, you know, in essence, it is starting to phase out a bit, and
yes.
it's great that these old traditions that are a bit fun, a bit learned, steeped, if you'll pardon the pun, in tradition, are kept alive, you know, for the next generation of mediums. Now, Princess Peaches, Nikki Booth, do you get messages without the tea?
The answer is yes, I'm a working medium anyway, Princess. I love the princess part. So yes, I do get messages without the tea. It's just a very nice, I feel it's a very nice, comforting form of mediumship. I like the intimacy of it. And I also like discovering the journey from everyone's teacup.
Absolutely. So Princess has just pointed out that her name is Christy, so we will refer to you as Christy from now on. I don't know how I was going to figure that out, but thank you for feeding it in for me, because I like to get people's names right. Yeah, I mean, it is that journey thing. I mean, I don't know whether I dare mention this one, but do you remember the shoelaces?
Did we have to read shoelaces?
Yes, the shoelace reading, which was once again a journey that we did. Like, oh, Dawn, hello, Dawn, my compadre from yesterday, Dawn, Lisa, Dawn. You might want her on your show. Hello, Daryl, welcome to the show. So yeah, it is interesting, and it is about that journey. One of the things that we did in Circle was reading a shoelace, and once again you use that to create the picture of the journey of the person to help you link in. So that was a really cheesy way of working, but like I said, tea leaf reading is that much more traditional way of working, isn't it?
It definitely is. I like the individuality of it. You see, for me, it's a lot less scary than platform mediumship. Yes. It's a different type of beast, as you would agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I think the principles are exactly the same. The link with spirit, working with light and with goodness. And you may get 2 or 3 facts that don't mean anything to me, but they're not supposed to. They're actually supposed to make sense to the person, and they do. And it's, you know, the wonder of spirit, really. Absolutely. Brilliant. Well, Dawn's just waved at you, but I'll tell you that she's waved at you because obviously we can't see her. Bless you, my dear. So I do notice that you've got your teapot beside you. Is it steamed and steeped and brewed? It's ready. It certainly is. And it's my favourite teapot. And it's your favourite teapot as well. So shall we have a go at making a link with somebody who's watching with a tea leaf? You can do your do and read from it, and then you can point it at the cameras, because it doesn't slurp about or anything, does it? No. So you can slightly angle it and show it to the camera so people can see and get a link in with somebody who's watching. Is that all right? That's absolutely fine. I've never done it this way, but in theory, it should work. Well, you know what they say about having your circle leader beside you when you're doing something new? Yeah, no pressure there. No pressure there. The big cheese is in the building. Oh, don't. Right, don't. So I'm pouring, but what I'll do... Wendy, hello, welcome to you. And I see the smiley face too.
get your teacup ready. And Wendy apparently is on next. Yes, of course, I recognise the face now. Pendulums with Wendy next Tuesday. So tune in for that one. There you go, free plug for you, darling. Just, you know, making conversation while Lisa pours her cup and saucer about and has a slurp, I'm sure. Here we go. I can see, I recognise that expression. Here we go. It's not wine, Richard. I'm sure everybody can figure out what you just said there.
I haven't got enough tea leaves.
You ain't got enough tea leaves. There you go.
Dear, you know, tea leaves ain't what they used to be.
No, no, actually they're not. They're a lot finer.
So
yeah.
Now. The ancestry program where the ancestry advert where the guy's got the tea leaves and he's reading from the cup. You can't get tea leaves that big.
Ah, now I've just been corrected. I've been corrected. It's crystal ball reading now, and I've got one in the background. I'm sure you can just see it peeking there. You know, I've got my crystal, so I'll tune in. Wendy, and you can give me a few tips. So how are you doing? Have you got enough tea leaves now, babe?
I certainly have. We're rocking now, so that's good. Right. I've turned the cup and I turn it out now.
Yeah.
So the dregs of the tea are in. Now, in theory, you can also read from the saucer as well, should you need to. In theory, right. I've got a really good example here.
Excellent. Yeah, just a little bit closer because of the light. That's it. Perfect. Oh no, to your left. That's it. Perfect. That's where you're going. Right, we see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got you.
That's a really good distribution of tea leaves there. Right. So yeah, that's fine. Yep. Hang on. Is that okay?
Perfect. Excellent.
Okay.
So Richard's gonna put a screen grab up for whoever it is for, and then you've got a memento of it. There you go, you see.
Right, fantastic. Right. Okay. Right, now, would you like me to say the person's name that I am reading for first? Or would you
if you're drawn to someone and you know who you want to go to, then go for it, my love.
There was a lady called Chrissy. Was there a lady called Chrissy with dark hair?
Chrissy, are you about, my love?
With dark hair.
That's it. Are you still with us, Chrissy? Is that the one?
There was a lady with dark hair called, I think it was Chrissy or Christy. I don't know.
Christine.
That's the lady.
There we go.
Okay, Christine. Right, fantastic.
Are you with us, Christine, my love? There she is.
Brilliant. Right, okay.
Sorry, Chrissy, by the way.
Okay, well, lovely to meet you, Christine. I can see that you are a very, very spiritual lady here. You also have a lot of strings to your bow. You've also done an awful lot in a short period of time throughout your life. I can see here that right, hang on. Let me show you. The bowl of the teacup here, I always read as friends and family. You haven't got huge amounts of people in that, but who you have got are extremely solid support to you. I want to say a real solid support. When you need them, they are there. They are good people. You also have, I believe, 3 friends here that are more like family. They weren't born into your family, but you consider them part of your family. They are your stay and support, I want to say. You've got a lot of activity in your cup round the sides. So, yeah, the early part of your life, how can I explain this? You were extremely busy. You were an extremely busy lady. I'm not so sure about the last 4 or 5 years, but before that, you were here, there and everywhere, doing everything. I want to say A, busy, B, into everything. I also see links to charity work. There's quite a lot of events that have gone on in your life. To me, they're indicated with the blobs of tea leaves together. They look a bit like stars or blobs, if I'm being honest. But to me, that indicates an event, something that's happened. So it could be a house move, an injury, an illness, an event that has happened. And I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 events. I think you've had an awful lot going on in a fairly short period of your life.
You have confirmation coming through that is true. Thank you, Christine. Do keep the feedback coming in. Lisa, while I've just got your attention, do I just lift your mic up a little bit again, because it keeps rattling on the wire. No, you're fine. Right. Sorry. So all yes, true. Carry on, love. Sorry.
Right. Okay. I'm not sure what's happened in the last couple of years. I want to say 4 or 5 years. I think things have been waning off. And it's changed. You've had a change from being so busy. But before, when you were busy, I want to say you were doing things for charity. You were here, you were there, you were helping that person, you were working, you were almost doing 2 people's jobs, if you see what I mean, Christine. You were excessively busy. There's been a change, and I'm not sure what's going on with the change in the last few years, but there has been a change to your activity. I want to say, I don't want to say journey, but I want to say to your activity. Right. Okay. You're a clever lady, and you don't just want to learn physically, you want to learn with your mind as well, spiritually. You're interested in learning. You're interested in learning. I see books. I see the possibility of new online courses. I see you have to be occupied mentally, because otherwise you get quite bored. Although I want to say you're a very busy lady, and there was a knitter in the family, because I want to do this. So it's either knitting or crocheting, one or t'other, as my nan would say from Yorkshire.
You're getting feedback of being spot on so far, my love, so carry on.
I also want to say I've just seen postcards. So there's a connection with travel. I don't know what the connection is. I don't know whether that was when you were younger and you did some travelling, but I can see postcards, and that's not what I normally see. So that's very odd, Christine, unless you've bought an airline. Something like that.
And Christine's just said she's always researching.
Okay. But there is definitely, I want to say, a link with travel. I can see some cloud patterns around the masses of tea leaves. It sounds really odd. Some cloud patterns around the masses of tea leaves, which indicate turbulence and indicate activity outside your family circle. I want to say a few years ago there was some discord, let me say, and lots of people, lots of activity, lots of people involved in a situation. I don't think it was you, but I think there was lots of activity and lots of, I want to say this, involved. Although I feel that is calming down now. I also feel that you're a lady who's able to distance herself. And distance herself well. I really want to say, and I don't know why I'm saying this, but I'm just going to say it like it is. I want to say you do your Paddington hard stare, if that makes any sense. I don't know why I've got a reference to Paddington or a hard stare, but I guess Spirit's way of saying that that's how you deal with it. You don't shilly-shally around with people. You say what you mean, and you're a nice, honest lady. I don't believe you've got a mean bone in your body, to be quite honest, Christine. I'm enjoying looking at your picture as well as reading for you. Let's have a look to see if I can see what's going on at the moment. I have a feeling there is someone who is rather poorly. I'm not sure whether this is you or if this is someone very close to you, but I have a feeling this is why the activity has tailed off, because something else has taken precedent. I'm hoping that this person is going to be... she does the mum look. She's saying she does the mum look. Bless her. Yeah, the Paddington hard stare, as I would say.
I like that.
Yes. I also, feel that this person has had peaks and troughs with poorliness, and at the moment they are going up slightly, and I feel that lots different professionals are involved with this person, if that makes any sense. Too good for my own good sometimes.
Yes, yeah.
Feel with Christine as well that she knows when she says no, she means no. I can almost hear this lady's voice, and I think she lowers her voice like I'm doing now, and I think she says no. And I want to say family, no, when they've pushed too far. I also want to say 3 children. Now, I'm not sure whether these are birth children or if they are children from outside the family who are considered family, but I want to say 3, with one who is particularly tall. Being small, I appreciate people who are tall. And I want to say 3. Now, these aren't small children. These are grown.
Go home. Thank you, Christine. Some more feedback there. Absolutely.
Right. Okay. I want to say, Christine, I want to give you as much evidence as I can, but within the bounds of confidentiality. I want to say there are 3 groups of professionals working. I'd like to say, so that you've got evidence of this. Spirit are saying there's 3 different groups, specific groups working towards this. I want to say gentleman, but working towards this gentleman's comfort. I want to say comfort is a big thing. Spirit are saying comfort, the tending, the looking, the supporting of this gentleman. My nephew is tall. Nephew has spent lots of time with you as he was growing, and I'm being told that all of these 3, I want to say teenagers, but I think they're a bit older than that. They're all different. All 3 of them are totally different in looks and different in the way they think. One of these youngsters I'm talking about thinks like you do. And as they get older, they are thinking more like you do.
There you go.
Okay. How much longer have I got, Nick?
You've got about a minute, my love.
I got a minute, right? Okay. I want to say, right. Okay. It's really, really important, this lovely Christine. Now, if you do not work in spirit, Christine, you should do, because I want to see you as a healer. I feel, even looking at your picture, I feel that you would be a fantastic healer, really fantastic. And if you don't work in spirit, you should, because you're brilliant. I want to say, Christine, for you, Spirit are saying to me that brighter days are to come. Better times are to come than at present. It's all been weighed down, I want to say, on you, like a cloud, but there are better times to come. There are more positive times to come. I don't like doing predictions because, as my friend once said, they can change. Spirit are saying that there are new family members coming. So I'm hoping that the new family member may be a small family member. But yes, so brighter times are to come. There is more for you to do, but you must have more time to do the things that you need to do for your health. I'm being told that you've had to put a lot of that aside because of what's been going on and with you being so busy. But Spirit are now saying that it's actually time for you to have some time for yourself, you lovely lady. And is there a thing with someone keep losing their glasses? Because I want to say there's somebody that keeps losing their glass or misplacing them, putting them down, going into another room, and they're leaving them. Brighter times are coming for you, you lovely lady.
Excellent.
And
Christine does work with Spirit. There you go.
She does work with Spirit. Fabulous. Because I was going to say, if you don't, you blooming well should.
Fantastic.
You've also, Christine, I will do. Christine, you're a lovely lady, and things are looking up for you. The sun will shine. This gentleman will get the help he needs.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Well done, my love. Considering you were worried about doing it online with no physical contact, couldn't shut you up. That's brilliant. I love you. Now, me and Lisa, we have got a long-running tradition that if we are in the same room together, no one else is going to get a word in edgeways. No. And everyone's going to be 2 hours late home. So we're doing pretty good today. Well done, my love. I'm so proud of you. Now, hope you enjoyed that, Christine. I think it's time we had some commercials, some advertisements. And hello, Natalie. Welcome. So, Richard, if you wouldn't mind, over to the commercial break.
Are you planning a paid spiritual event or looking for something to do this weekend? Then visit myspiritualevents.com. You can browse the listing, view the event details, watch a YouTube clip, look at a mini gallery, select dates and times, pay for tickets using PayPal or your debit card. Organizers can register for free and start selling tickets within minutes, be it for their online or in-person spiritual event. As an organizer, you will have access to your own admin dashboard, which will display information such as your income and your bookings, all in a simple and user-friendly display. It's free to use. Join and upgrade to an organizer. Come and visit us at myspiritualevents.com.
My Spirit Life is a free online interactive magazine for those who have an interest in improving their spiritual lives. Authors can upload images, videos, and audio clips to their own articles. The public can place comments, rate the article, and follow the author. All articles are vetted before being published. For more information and to place your own article, please visit myspiritlife.co.uk.
MySpiritualDirectory.com is one of the fastest growing online free listing service. Our search directory offers geolocation feature, rating ability, review system, map location, customer comment, YouTube video, gallery, social media sharing, direct contact with the lister, simple online booking and payment system. It's free to register and use. It even creates your own mini web page, which you can update at any time, and yes, it's still free, no monthly or yearly fees. 100% free. Creates your own profile page. Add social media and other links. Add a mini gallery and a YouTube video. Rating, reviews and comments. Includes online booking and payments. So, if you're looking for a medium or a reader, even a church, maybe a healer, or any other spiritual service, then visit myspiritualdirectory.com.
A demonstration of mediumship with Deb Clark is on tonight. Deb will be offering free mediumship readings to our viewers from 8 p.m. Tomorrow night from 8 p.m, our popular show, Live with Spirit, offers the opportunity for different readers each week to demonstrate their psychic and mediumship abilities.
Welcome back, everyone. And there we go. Martine made a comment there. My late maternal great-grandmother read this tea leaves. Just love watching it. Well done, Lisa. People are lapping it up in the lap of luxury.
Brilliant.
Now, I'm sure everyone who's just watched the advertisement will have noticed that there is a new events website section available to promote any events for your groups, yourselves. Little bit of information and facts on that one. Did you know that only 3% of your charges is the fee for that particular website? 97% of your earnings goes to you or your event. There are other websites out there that charge up to 6.5% plus 49 pence per transaction for the same service. If not, you know, we do better. We do better. So SPTV is really worthwhile for supporting your groups. So do check it out and make good use of it. Share, like and subscribe every single SPTV show you watch. Get the word out, let people know that we are here and here to stay, especially Facebook. So Lisa, 3.5 years, over 4 million views and over 1,000, what was that? 1,000 live broadcasts. That is one heck of a back catalogue of contact with spirit, and you know, I'm so happy to be part of your family and have been so welcomed. So, and you're stuck in it now, Lisa, as well. So, Lisa, we've spoken briefly about our time in circle together. This is not me tapping up for information and tips for my upcoming workshops. This is out of curiosity. How long is it since we actually stopped being in circle together?
I was trying to work this out, and I think it's about, I've known you 11 years. And I think the first couple of years I was in circle because you invited, and I was lucky enough to be his pupil. So that was fabulous. So I would say 7, because I moved to where I am now, didn't I?
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
I would say 8 years since we sat in circle.
There you go. And we are still obviously in touch. We still talk. And that's what I love about spiritualism. Even though people move on, you never truly move on if you're part of the philosophy of spiritualism sleeping in there. You know, schlopped in. We move on, but we never really move on. And, you know, I'm really proud to see the work that you do. It's wonderful to have you back every so often to do your tea leaves. Speaking of which, shall we have another cup of cha, my lovely?
We certainly can. I'm all ready. I'm all poised and ready.
Oh, look at that.
Right, hang on.
Yeah, there'll be some random names. I'm about to do an online circle, actually, Stace. Stay tuned for details. So there's some names. I will be putting it on the event section, absolutely. Hello, Steph, welcome. And so there's some names flipping randomly, Lisa, for whoever it is that you want to go to.
Okay, I have my cup. Do you want to screenshot it?
Yes, please. Little bit, that's
hang
it.
on. Any good?
Away from the light, that's it. Lovely. Now that even I can tell that's busy.
Right. Okay. Well, my very good friend Rev Nick said to me yesterday, a name would pop into your head from Spirit, and Spirit have literally been beating my door down to give this person a reading. They have literally, they will not stop. They're putting banners up, they're putting flags up. They want this person to have a reading. I know this person a little bit, but not very well, if that's helpful. And should I say the person's name now?
Yes, please.
I would like to give Samantha Wright a reading.
Oh, we've got Samantha on. Yes. Are you still there, Samantha?
I'm hoping she is.
There she is. Hello. Hello, Samantha.
The reason being, this lovely lady wanted a reading when I was tea leaf reading at a Mind, Body and Spirit event. And because I was so booked up, she didn't get a reading. And she's such a giving lady. She will stand back and let everybody else go in front because she feels that they need it more than her. And she's such a giving soul that Spirit said to me, we need to redress the balance. This lady needs a reading.
There you go. So what have you got for her then?
So, right. Now, from the bottom of the teacup, you've got a screenshot. It's fairly empty, which indicates to me a very small family group that are intimate. So it's a group that live together, very small. I know a little bit about Samantha, but not a lot. So there are, I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, possibly 5 who are in the same house, I want to say. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, another 3 or 4 family members, but they are not in the same address. Samantha will know what I mean, I'm hoping, with this. This particular lady, she has such a lot of activity, Samantha, around the edges, around the bowl of the cup. And it means she is so active and she has so many, I want to say, acquaintances. She knows so many people from different facets of life. I want to say different areas of life. All the people she knows are just, they're different. They're all ages, they're all sexes, they're all colours. Samantha draws people to her because of her positivity.
You have some confirmation there, Lisa. And whilst you're getting your confirmation, you might just want to pull it up a little
sorry.
bit.
I'll have to glue it to my ear, won't I? Such a positive lady. She draws people towards her because of her positive energy. This lady, I have to be honest, because I'm always honest, I started getting information for Samantha yesterday. Spirit are really, really, really generous to me, and they are fabulous. And what they do is when they know or they want me to do a reading, they give me information about the person before the person has even arrived. I'm so lucky with my Spirit. And they are so proud of this lady, of what she's achieved. But they're telling me this lady's journey is not finished by half because she wants to do so much more. I've got a link here to language. Now, I feel it's sign language, Samantha. I don't know if you already know that or if you are learning it, but it is definitely linked to language. You've got so many strings to your bow, and you don't appreciate what you can do. You would be the last person to put themselves forward, and you will always be working behind the scenes doing the jobs that other people don't want to do. But you go quietly about and you do your jobs. You're such a giving person, and your word is your bond. I want to say you got that expression from your father. Your word is your bond. When you've said you'll do something, by heavens, you do it. Also, I've got so much stuff for you. It's fabulous. And these tea leaves, they indicate you've got little blobs. So you've got mini activities. I can see here something happened. There was an event when you were 35 years old. What it was, I don't know, Samantha. But Spirit is saying when she was 35, it happened. You're going to know what that means, and you can tell me after the reading. I I also don't really understand this, because this is not from the tea leaves, this is from Spirit in my ear last night, talking about twins. And I don't understand what they're saying. They're saying about twins. Now, I don't know whether it's you are a twin, or if you look like a twin, and you had twin dollies as a child. Two dollies that looked the same, and they were like twins, and either you had both or you had one and your sister had another one. I want to say that. And Spirit will been keeping me up half the night going on about these twins. So I'm really sorry it wasn't in the tea leaf. I've got to tell you, because otherwise they'll never let me finish about these twins. Let's have a look, see what else I've got. Right. I can also see some curls in your teacup, which I don't see very often. I like curls. They're really positive and nice. To me, they indicate a period where you are happy, you're stable, you're relaxing, and you're waiting for something to happen. They're like an exciting exclamation mark while you're waiting for something to happen. You're waiting for some paperwork. It's all these different stages of something that you have to keep going through, where you have to send the paperwork off, and then you have to get it back, and then you have to send it off again, and then you have to wait for the reply, and then you get it back again. And it's like the periods where you are waiting for this to happen. There is also a link as well to woodland. I feel it may be woodland fabric, which I don't really understand, but I keep seeing like a woodland fabric. Now I know, as I know you a little bit, I'm not sure that you would wear a woodland fabric, but I'm not sure if it's for wearing, but that is a definite link to woodland fabric. Right, you've also got lots and lots of things on the go at the moment, activity-wise for you and Hannah. Things you want to achieve, but not for you, because that is you, but for Hannah. And you've got these things on the go. I want to say November, December, January up till Easter. You've got all these things on the go that you want to achieve with Hannah for the last November, December, January, February, 5 months. I want to say you've got these different activities, these different things that you want to achieve. Paper, envelopes and writing and stamps are significant for you at the moment. And there's something you do as well. I don't understand what it is, but I shall say it as I sort of see it. When you leave the house, there's something you do twice. I've been looking to see if I could work out what it was. And I don't know if it's either locking the door twice or checking the door twice or something to do with your handbag. But it's one or the other. And you don't need to do it twice, but you always do. It's brilliant. I love it, because for somebody who always checks everything, to know that somebody else does it as well is actually really comforting. I also this morning, I've got to tell you, I had a gentleman come in to me, very nice gentleman, who said to me he had a shadow on his lung. That's not from the tea leaves. That's a gentleman who came into me in spirit, who said he had a shadow on his lung. I don't believe that was the only thing that was wrong with him and that happened to him, but I think that was one of the most significant. And he's as evidence to you, he's showing me this part of his hair. And it's like he didn't like it when it became wispy round the sides of his head, because he keeps touching it and he didn't like it like that. He wants to know He wants you to know that he's always here. He's always there for you. He knows you feel him and you know when he's around and his presence. But he's making me laugh because he keeps doing this with all of his hair. And it's just like round where his ears. So whether he was very, very particular, this gentleman, about his hair and the way it was, he didn't like it when it went frizzy. I also think this gentleman may not have had hair on the top, and that's why he's emphasising the sides of his head.
Excellent.
Samantha, you're a wonderful lady. Spirit were beating the door down. They were beating the door down. I could not get away. You have to work in spirit, Samantha.
Definitely. Well done, my lovely. Well done. So, now you've done 2 messages online that you said, oh, I don't know whether I'll be able to do it without them present. You see, so there you go. And this is the wonderful thing I find, and I'm sure everyone at home will find too. And I hope you enjoyed that, Sam, and feel uplifted and rewarded. But I don't know what people feel at home, but the transition from the physical locations of mediumship and tea leaf readings, even meetings, into the internet has been an awful lot easier than was anticipated. I mean, I came into spiritualism in a time where everyone was either for or against psychic phone lines, and so many people, oh, it's really, really bad, and oh, it doesn't work like that. And now every medium and their uncle is giving messages online, proving that spirit are very, very good at progressing forward. We might be nervous ourselves, but spirit are excellent at progressing forward and adapting for a new generation, making use of new equipment. I doubt you'll ever come away from your bone china, Lisa. But it really is quite an amazing feat to come here and do online tea leaf reading for your first time ever. It's absolutely brilliant. Now, everyone watching, please remember to share, like, and subscribe. Deb Clark's going to be on tonight at 8 p.m, so please tune in for that. One of the things that I wanted to ask you, Lisa, do you consider tea leaf reading to be either a psychic faculty or a psychic device, or do you consider it in the same lines as psychometry, where it starts out as that but becomes a link? What are your thoughts on psychic versus spirit? Because I know that you made your point about Harry Potter not helping people such as yourself.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on the argument between psychic and spirit? Is there such a huge chasm that can never be found?
It's really difficult because I kind of work in both. So it's like, being brutally honest, it's quite difficult. For me, it's spirit all the way. That's what I would say, working in love and light and spirit all the way. And I make sure that I get the spirit link as I'm talking to the client. Quite often I get the spirit link before the client has even sat down, yeah? And I have to sort of curve it. Nick does this as well, you have to curve it, don't you?
Yeah.
So spirit aid me with reading the tea leaves. It's very difficult, isn't it? For me, psychic powers or psychic energy is more about the little voice in your head that says, don't cross the road now. Yeah. And that's why you should always listen to your inner voice.
Yes, the higher self, the psychic faculties, the intuition. Love it. Natalie, thank you for such a very kind comment, and I know Lisa will be very pleased to see your comments. So thank you, Natalie. Yeah, I mean, for me, there's always this ongoing debate between psychic and spirit, but we know spirit can make use of anything. You know, if spirit can make use of a feather falling out of a random pigeon just at the right time when somebody needs it, to make it feel like there's an angel feather in front of you, then they can certainly make use of tea and, you know, rings. And when I started in development, we still had the Fraudulent Mediums Act, so you weren't allowed to use a physical device at the same time as giving mediumship. You had to physically put down. The only benefit we've got from losing the Fraudulent Mediums Act is that no longer is a necessary requirement, if indeed it ever was, to be fair. But it is really, really fascinating stuff. And thank you so much, Lisa, for coming on and sharing your skill set, your tea set, and all of the sets above. And just a reminder again to everyone that tonight we have got the lovely Deb Clark's show at 8 o'clock. I will be back on this show in a fortnight with another guest, and I'll probably see everybody Monday on the brunch. But what have we got here? Stace, I believe it's a psychic tool that can be used as psychic and aid spirit links. Absolutely, Stace, totally agree with you. You know, otherwise I wouldn't sit in development circles teaching people to read shoelaces. You know, and I actually got invited to a church specifically to show shoelace readings. It was so embarrassing but wonderful. I understand that Lisa, as I found reading runes easy, is one of my guides helping me with reading the runes and the cards. Love the way spirit. Absolutely.
Fantastic.
You know, runes, I've got a set of runes myself, actually. Runes, the crystal balls, the tarot cards, the angel cards, the oracle cards, all and sundry of cards. Tea leaves, shoelaces. I even, you know, flower, both the floral kind and the grainy kind, sand readings, all sorts that can be used to help hone and tune your spirit senses at the same time as your psychic senses, and kickstart. And, you know, I will be quite perfectly honest. If a medium is having a rough time getting a message through for whatever, and they suddenly decide that they want to go in on a psychic level to try and kickstart link, so long as they give evidence from spirit and they've kickstarted it, I don't see it being a problem. White feathers are my nature signs. Yes. Yeah. Oh, wonderful, Martine. Thank you for that. Yes. Love white feathers. But yeah, thank you. Oh, now you're being spied upon, Lisa. Mark here saying, well done, you smashed it. Yeah, I think so too, Mark. Very, very proud of you, and thank you for coming on. Thank you to everyone who's been tuned in today, tuned in, watching, taking part, getting involved, making comments, asking questions. Remember, this is your show. So if you want to ask a question, you darn well ask it. If you want to see something brought on here specifically, give me a shout. I'll put it on the list and we'll see what we can drum up. So from all of us at SPTV, Lisa, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And there we go. Christine says, thank you for my wonderful message. So you've got a new fan there. And I'd, of course, like to thank the ever patient, ever diplomatic, and ever needing a doctor when he's finished working with me, Richard, for producing the show, in the wings, in the background, looking after things. And yeah, maybe a surgeon as well. Yeah, you know, you don't have to have me surgically removed, at least, but you might have to have the memories removed. And Mum's is the rainbow. I've got to stop calling her Mum online, haven't I? Linda's is the rainbow. And yes, I promise that I will put on the events page the open circle online that I'm planning on sorting out in the not too distant. From everyone at SPTV, both myself, Richard, Lisa, everyone behind the scenes, thank you all for joining us. See you all next time. God bless, goodbye, and have a wonderful day. See you soon, friends.